going to try to get as far as he can, as quick as he can, up the Iron Maiden. Those pipes up there are in play. And transitioning over for the books. Got to control that swing here. Some people like the extended version, staying stretched out to keep that tension. Some people can go straight on to one. Joe staying nice and relaxed, moving his way through those floating cliffhangers. Trying to get a good pinch here. Notice the control and the turn of the hips to get that hand in a good position as he goes through, utilizing those knees to lift and twist. Nice work, Joe. Chalking up on the pants. Or moving on for the cliffs. More swinging cliffs. No drops this time, but it does sap that grip here. Monkey bars his way over, touches the cane to get the touch point, clearing the previous obstacle, those flying cliffhangers. And into the operation we go. Gotta be real careful here when placing that next one that you don't unload that current one until that next cane is fully seated. That's a mistake I made way back in season 11. Tried rushing a move and popped right out. Any upward momentum utilizing these. Oh my gosh, that was a risky move there to shake out. Trusting that it would just stick without any backwards pressure. Ooh, good stretch through. Get on out of there. It's going to stretch out a little bit. We're grabbing some chalk. Chalk provided by Bucket of Chalk.
Our official chalk sponsor.
Always keeping those hands dry. And here we go for the big throw across for the first Lachey. Really testing that forearm strength. Now it's the turn and throw across the gap again. Nice. And now the transition up and over. How much does he have left in the tank?
Gonna take a quick shake out here before he moves to the next hold.
Now you see how meaty those holds are. As you go further down this line, they start to flatten out. You don't have a lip up there to hold on to. You just got the fingertip strength. And now it's just a little off angle and not able to get there. Just burning out. Nice try, Joseph Meisner. Up next is going to be Jackson Airdos. See how his grip is on this really pumpy course.
All right, Jackson, whenever you're ready, step on up.
And knowing when to take shortcuts and when to shake out. Because all that time that you're hanging is just, it's going to burn you out the longer you hang. It's going to test that endurance for sure. Up the Iron Maiden. Just a couple of moves. Down. Other side into the bookshelves. Staying good and stretched out now, going straight over on those floating cliffhangers. Jackson moving pretty quick here. Looking for that next move up. Not opting for any chalk. Rocking the earbuds. Staying focused. Yeah, Jackson moving really smooth here. Sub-minute to the Canes for the operation. Locks in that first. Let's see how he gets the next couple into position here. And these holes are all at varying heights, so it'll be a little different to get some in there, but really testing the lock-up strength. And all this does is just really sap your strength later on for that cliffhanger. Gotta be precise and patient. Jackson staying calm here, breathing his way through the torture. Oof. And he is into that next phase, holding on tight.
3 minutes left.
And Jackson shaking out just a little bit more. And here we go on the cliffhanger journey. Gets the turn, looking for the throw. Good on the catch. Bumping his way up here. Gets the touch point. Up. And now things are starting to thin out. Those are no longer meaty cliffhangers, and that's going to do it for Jackson. Nice try. The extended cliffhanger seems to be catching a lot of ninjas. And towards the end of the burnout.
Step on whenever you're ready. Here we go.
And here we go, RJ Roman on to the course right now. Climbing his way up, making his way down those devil steps. Working his way through the bookends. RJ moving quick here. Quickly to this point, RJ getting ready for the operation. RJ working his way through. Finding the rhythm. So having those canes facing that far away from the next one makes that reach even further, but he's able to adjust wisely chokes back up onto the tail end of those canes, but you can tell it's getting a little tricky.
Oh,
No,
he slowed
choke back up.
down.
Oh, RJ with the
Oh.
tough. Sad to see. Just the slip there. Not quite able to hold on for that
Yeah, he's
transition. The reach became a little more every time based on how you put the canes into those slots.
up next. James Sanella
Yeah, I think so.
took 5th in the Burnout at Stanford Ninja Academy.
Did you buzz it? Yeah.
And now I'm like, I don't have to hit buttons.
Right.
Every time I hit start for any run, I'm about to hit buttons.
Oh yeah.
Just drop it because I'm surprised I haven't done it. Can I? You can stand there. Well, can I like reach up, or do I have to start hanging? You can stand there and you can reach as high as you want. Okay.
James and Ella getting ready to go.
I get a chalk. You get chalk right here. Right here and right here. Exactly. Okay. Cool. Step on up whenever you're ready. Here we go. In.
And here we go. James on the Iron Maiden starting his journey up. Just need to get up to the top there, make his move over. Bumping about halfway out there, utilizing that ring a little bit to get a little further in into that bookshelf combo. Now he's heading over for those floating cliffhangers. Skipping the ones he can. And here we go for the cliffhanger laches. Nice catch here. Transitioning over now to head on through to the cane lane. Operation time. So you want these things to be as close, those handles to be as close as possible for the turn. So it's easy to get them in that position when you're close, but it makes each transition a little tougher. Kind of got to work around those canes as you put them into place and maintaining that constant downward pressure. Gonna keep him locked in. Oh, he loses it. He's in a tough spot here. Oh my gosh, should be able to shimmy over a little bit. If he can manage to generate momentum without popping this cane out, that'll be impressive. James Sanella, just out of reach. So tough. Nice try, James.
Lost the cane there. So tough.
Yeah, once the apparatus drops, touches that water, it is essentially gone. The mat acts as the void. You cannot get anything that drops in there once it's gone. He tried to make best with what he had. Nice try, James.
Here we go. In.
And Samfar getting ready to go on the Iron Maiden. Let's just see how far he goes. Nice transition over to the bookends. Testing that vice grip. Going with the match technique. See those forearms popping. Good control here. Just pulls his way through, knowing when to pull and get that next hand in its proper position. Really makes it smooth, and he's just swinging his way all the way across. Looking for that next move over. Just got to get up into that bar for the laches. Grabbing a little chalk to be safe. Oh, not quite going to get through the cliffhanger ledges on the swing laches. That's going to do it for Sam. Nice try.
Hands off. Going in.
And here we go, up next, Mr. Jacoby. Jacoby's making his way through. Nice, going on a reverse facing bookend. And now onto those floating bird boxes. Good transition through. Trying his best here to maintain that forward momentum, but stay relaxed. Burnout courses, definitely challenging when you try to rush through things because you're going to flash pump. You don't want that. And here we go, Jacoby on the big swing cliffhanger grabs. A little bit more of the shakeout. Rocking the Among Us hat. Nothing sus about his performance currently. Doing great right now. Come on, Jacoby, get through this operation. Operation no pain, no gain. Nice job. Keeping him kind of in the middle here for the transitions. And he's about in the middle portion of the cane. Got to be careful. Any lower, and there's a potential to slip down and cause that cane to lose its traction. But he's got good control. The lower you are, the better control you'll have for aiming and getting it in, locked in. And as long as he doesn't rush the transfer. Oh, yeah. Oh, come on, Jacoby, get out of there. Oh my gosh, nice save. Awesome work. We'll shake it out. Grace helping with the chalk. And going for the cliffhangers now. So Jacoby might be the best one suited for this here based on his body to strength ratio, cliffhanger style. If he's got the fingertip strength, he's a lot lighter than majority of the athletes. So he should be at a good advantage here as long as that endurance is there to make it through. Come on, Jacoby, fight through this. Let's get through these thin cliffs. There's the first. Got to start working around the corner. They're going to start getting thin. Oh, not quite able to get there. But a great run from Jacoby. That's going to put him in third place for the Burnout. And bumps him up to 9th position overall.
Got chalk in front if you need. All right.
So he is kind of a little bit on the bubble, 9th and 10th place. Wants to maintain that position. It's going to be up to those other competitors. Try to get past him, but that was a strong run from Jacoby Herman. Brandon Thomas on the course right now, getting ready to go on the Iron Maiden. Want to get up this pegboard as quick as possible. Find your way down over for these bookshelves. Drop down, try to reposition that swing here for making his way through. Yeah, this Burnout course is testing every little bit of grip strength. Closed grip, vertical grip, crimp grip, and just overall hand accuracy. Brandon controlling it as he moves here, trying to bump over, match grip, 2-on-1, a little at a time here. Nice relaxed swings through, grabbing onto that trapeze bar before making his way up for that first chalk point if he needs it. Went ahead and told Grace he is okay. Wants to start swinging. Goes for the cliff and oof, takes a bump. That's going to do it for Mr. Brandon Thomas. Always a fun one to watch.
Big smile on his face, though, Strat. Love to see it.
I know, man. Dude's high energy. Great job out there, Brandon.
Any questions?
Up next is going to be Jonah Taggart.
Here we go. In. Over. Can I grab these? Once you grab the time will start. Yep. Ready?
And here we go. Let's see what his approach will be. Out and around, working through that Iron Maiden and transitioning over onto these bookshelves. Great control here. Going with that match grip, going for bigger moves, skipping a couple of those. And nice swings as he saunters his way over for that first chalk point if needed. Going to slap the pants just to get a little chalk before these swinging cliffs. Nice. Jonah looking good here so far, going to that straight bar now. Takes a deep breath and starts working his way towards that operation table. Chalk up those pants, get a little bit of grip back in. Here we go on the canes. Really need to make sure they're a little turned outwards to give you a little closer on the, getting it into that locked position if you can. Just working from really far back, got to be aware of that leverage point. And just got to be patient and trust that it's going to hang and keep you in that position. He's got a few more to go.
Yeah, Strat. I don't know if I like how his hands are creeping towards the middle of the canes.
Well, nicely done. Hanging inside. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was scary. So right there at the end, almost had a fall, but was able to save it on the transition to the bar for the rest point.
That bucket of chalk.
Getting some fresh. Keeping those hands fresh. Here we go for the Cliffhanger Journey. Oh, the throw across, just not enough. Not enough sauce on the toss. That's going to do it for Jonah Taggart. Nice try. Burnout is burning them out.
So Jonah Taggart going to sit in 19th place overall after that. Unfortunately, will not be moving on to Sunday. But a great performance. Definitely appreciate him coming out.
All right, next athlete coming up is going to be Joshua Auer. Coming out of that rock solid warrior in North Carolina. Here we go on Iron Maiden. Good control on the ascent. Quick little transition over for the bookshelves. Nice, keeping those hands separated, keeping that tension. And going for a nice swing around for these floating cliffhangers. Quick technique here, going with those sideways swings. Good swing through and right away into the straight arms. You can tell the difference between being locked off when you need that control and accuracy and when you go into those straight arm given swings. Really helps relieve some of that tension on those forearms and save some of that strength for later. Into that swinging cliffhanger we go. Nice work, Joshua Auer. Nice swing through. Here we go on operation.
Look at him moving his left hand all the way to the top of the cane. That's what you want. That's going to create the most amount of force to keep that cane in there. He's going to lock it in and then move all the way up.
Yep, so he takes the slack out, works his way down for a better accuracy on the insertion there. And goes back to the edge of the cane. Get that leverage.
Look at him creeping his hand up to the top.
Yep, just that crossover. That's the dangerous part. Nice job going underneath. And that last cane, that was risky. But yeah, get out of there.
Oh, get out of there, Josh.
Oh my gosh, so scary by the end of that.
Shred.
The tension.
Oh, he's putting us on edge over here.
Josh taking his time here. Remember, 5 minutes is the time total. There's no rest restrictions when it comes to the active rest points. But you do have a 5-minute time limit. Going for a bit of a shortcut there, going for a off-angle lache to get a little further into that cliffhanger. Here we go on the toss across. Nice work. Still to make some transitions up and over, bumps up to the thicker ledge there. And here comes the bend out ledges. Yeah, no, Josh, not going to get there. Oh gosh, all the way down. Looking at the hands. Nice try, Joshua Auer. here we go. Isaiah Thomas, the Flyboy Ninja. Getting ready to go. He's got some wingspan advantage, so he's going to be able to get through that Iron Maiden very quickly there. Now let's see how he does through the rest of these obstacles, utilizing that grip. And wingspan to his advantage again through the bookshelves. Taking some match grips here on those floating cliffhangers. And moving quick, wants every handhold to be in someplace new. Just have that continued forward progression. Going off of that cliffhanger for the throws. Nice job in the transitions. Isaiah looking smooth out there right now. Submitted to the operation. Trying to get that hand in a better position to transition for fully weighting that cane. Nice. Got that one locked in. Twisting is the tricky part for this. It's tough to work around because that cane is locked into a position. You have to have constant pressure on it. It's really risky to try to go for fast moves here. Isaiah looking strong though. He's got that one really locked in there. But with the reach of his, able to get through. It's going to shake out a little bit. Shaking out only does so much when you're in this active rest here. You're constantly draining that energy, that stamina meter. Isaiah moving his way through now. Trying to get through these cliffs as fast as he can. Wants to have that majority of energy left for those thin ledges. Good catch. Bumping up here. And here we go. On to the thinner ledges and the wingspan. Not quite able to get the swing he needed to get any further on those cliffs. Nice try, Isaiah. So we had a question in the chat in regards to competitors how they perform here in the finals, if they qualify for anything moving forwards. That is a no. It's going to be a fresh, brand new season for season 2. How you did in the previous tournament, in the previous Ninja Sport Championship, won't come into play. You'll just have that competitive edge from having a lot of experience. And on the move right now, Enzo DeFerrari Wilson. Into the burnout we go. Enzo moving quick, making really short work there of the Iron Maiden and Devil Step combo, or making his way to the library. Gotta grab these books, make his way through. Good match tech. Twisting, utilizing that momentum as best as he can. Good transition over. And building up that swing for that cliffhanger drop. Good grab. Another swinging one coming up. Hey. And back to a solid bar. Over to that operation. Gets that touch point. And now trying to shake out and chalk back up for these cane transitions. Locks it in, works it a little forwards. Here we go on that third slot. Operation. Lock it in. Hold tight. Just another move or two. He's looking. I know. Ooh, oh boy. Okay, he's in a kind of a tough position, but works it all the way around. Nice job, Enzo, getting out of that risky position. And here we go for the toss across. Gets the grab on the cliffhanger. Enzo working his way through. Comes that next throw. Big breath. Gets the grab. Start to see a little grimace there. And understandably so. And time for the thin ledge, but the pinky peel. Oh, that is a telltale sign of that grip starting to go there. Enzo still impressive run on a tough burnout course.
Any questions? No. All right, step it up whenever you're ready.
Coming up now is going to be Asa Reynolds, followed by Elijah Browning, and then Naxa Garemore, our next three athletes.
Ready? Yeah. Here we go. In.
And here we go, Asa starts climbing up the Iron Maiden. Going for that move through those devil steps. Making sure to get those books returned before the due date. Don't want an angry librarian. Into those birdhouses. Trying to hold tight. Nice, staying pretty relaxed here in the transitions, making sure those arms stay straight. Bend them when you need to. But really going with that noodle arm tech, staying straight arms, saving that energy for when he needs it. Nice grab on the first and links it through all the way, very smooth. Asa moving on to operation. Needs to make sure that cane can get into a fully seated position. Lock it in. He's got a little back and forth swing going here. He's got to make sure he doesn't have too much. But you see him work his way down for easier placement of these canes. And starts to try to dial in. Oh, careful. There it is. Want to lock it in a little higher each time. Oh, watch out. Swinging and hold on tight. Gets clocked by two canes on the way for his troubles. But
somehow holds it there.
That was a risky move, but man, it paid out. Saved him some time on getting to that rest point. Asa slamming those forearms down on his thighs, trying to say, hey, I still got to use you for a little while longer. Don't give out yet. Here we go for the swing, build up for that cliffhanger grab. Asa going quick now, trying to make some transitions. Already in that reverse facing grip. Nice grab on the toss across. Goes from that lower to upper, and now it's up. Gets the touch point. And the transition
Ugh.
to it, and you can just tell how sudden. Oh, double thumbs down from the young man. Nice try, Asa. Not an easy burnout course. Definitely really, really beefy course here.
I can lead out, right? What's that? Lead out? Yeah, yeah. And then hands on those and not big bar, right? Any of the top ones are good.
All right, Elijah Brown getting ready to go.
Ready? Here we go, in.
Elijah working his way up Iron Maiden. Here we go on the side-to-side shimmies. Elijah got a good rhythm here. Good knee and hip drive. Save some of that pull power. And here we go on the swing through the floating cliffhangers. Smoothly through those. And starts right away. Doesn't want to stop for the chalk. Hold on tight. Building up that swing one more time before that next checkpoint. Shaking out as he goes. Uh-oh. Oh, no. We're going for a beta break here. Didn't want to try the canes. Wanted to go for an insane swing and cut out the middleman. Leave the patient on the operation table. That doctor wanted to check out. Nice try, Elijah.
Don't worry, I'm not doing that.
Up now is going to be Asa Reynolds, followed by Paul Woods, and then Brady Parks.
Went for the big move. You could hear him say to the judges, I had to go for it. I had to try it.
Any questions, guys? Here we go, in.
And here we go, Asa Reynolds, getting ready to go. Had some strong performances.
Finished second in the Burnout at Stanford Ninja Academy.
Moving quick here. We've seen him perform well at other competitions. Also down in Orlando at the Obstacle Ninja Academy competition they had. And here he goes, shimmying through these bookshelves. Trying to get through the floating cliffhangers. No problem there. Looking relaxed, gets a quick pad of the chalk. And here comes the swing through for the cliffs. The first of many cliffhangers to come. Going quickly through to the canes to get that touch point. Locks in the first. Trying to work his way around. Nice control here. Stay nice and locked off, nice and high with those L's. Trying to keep those arms at 90.
He looks so comfortable, Strat.
He's got crazy good grip strength here and just lock-off strength. Good control, not even repositioning his hands as he goes through. And gonna latch on slightly for this pillar. Gonna look for that chalk as well. Here we we go for the toss across. Asa making his way through. Going quick, gets that reverse move right away, going for that swing across. Nice grab. And here we go. Cliffhanger Journey. Let's see that grip be tested here on that thin ledge. Make some room for the other hand. Looking strong so far.
Looks good right now.
And they start getting thin as he goes. You can hear the crowd behind him as he's fighting his way through here. Furthest we've seen thus far, not looking phased yet, and it starts to get thin. Still more to go. Just working his way up and over. Ooh, got to control that swing, though. They get really thin here, down to 1 inch. Takes a chance to shake.
A little bit.
Fight through it, cross over. Oh, you can see the buzzer.
He's got one more ledge to go, Strat.
Oh, my goodness. He was right there. Within striking distance of the buzzer. What a run from Asa Reynolds.
Unbelievable performance, Strat. We're going to do an interview. We're going to go down to the floor.
Let's hear from that competitor. Asa Reynolds getting deep into that cliffhanger journey, getting a couple touch points as he goes. Once those ledges start to change in width, then they get another point. So we're going to double check for the floor audio to make sure we get our interview here from Mr. Reynolds. So let's stand by, making sure the camera's in the right spot. Mr. DeGangi is sprinting onto the floor, making his way over. As we have a look at our lovely padding on the ground right now.
That's more like it.
But yeah, that final series of ledges is only 1 inch.
It's gonna be a minute. Okay?
Not much room for the fingertips. Still trying to get the audio worked out. Definitely want to hear from Mr. Reynolds down there on the floor. For those joining us, tuning in on the live stream, this is our final course of the day, the Burnout phase. We're doing the Burnout for the women's division after this one. And then we're down to the top 10 competitors. Will determine who they are based on their performances for today. And then we'll be back tomorrow with 3 more stages. More hybrid, speed, and burnout for tomorrow. We'll have the top 10 athletes come back and run again with possible variations to the stages they faced today.
Check. Check, check. Where do you want us to go? Where, like, as far as where they're standing? Okay, so, like, under the plywood? Come with me, if you don't mind. Is mic on? Mic volume's good? Yeah, you'll be right here. Step right here. We got camera right there. You let me know when, DeGange. Asa, we've seen you clear a burnout course before, and you went farther than anybody to this point. You were so close to the clear. What was going through your head at that moment?
I was like, don't drop, dude. Do not drop. If you drop, you're going to be mad at yourself. But I can't be mad at myself. I went that far. That's pretty cool.
There's no way you can be mad at yourself. That was insane. That was so far. And the grit, we saw every move looked like it was so tough at the end there. Especially, you didn't rest very much right here. Like, you didn't want to?
No, because if you hang on the bar with one arm, it'll just make you more tired. So I was like, you don't need to rest that long.
Well, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Congrats, man. That puts you in first in the Burnout by a large margin. Awesome job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was wild. Oh.
Great run from Naxa, and man, you can just see the veins popping onto those biceps. The man put everything into that Burnout course. Great run there from Mr. Garamore. So now the standard has been set with still a good few of athletes to go. Up next is Paul Woods, followed by Brady Parks and then Matt Bradley. And here we go, Paul Woods. Making his way through up the Iron Maiden. And into those bookshelves. No problem bumping his way over. Nice move over onto those floating cliffs. Hold on tight. Transition his way through. Heading over for that cliffhanger throw. Grabbing hold of that first, no problem. Good grab. Full extension, though, on the drop. Got to hold tight here. Making sure he's got that energy for the remaining couple of obstacles and cliffhanger ledges. Trying to find the rhythm and hand position. He's pretty low on those canes. Got to be careful. As long as he doesn't have a lot of swing, he should be all right. Great rotations here. Even skipping some. Rethinks that approach. But again, staying low. It's a little risky. But Paul looking calm and composed out there right now. Nice rotations through. Careful on this one. Eek! Oh no, as he reached for it, couldn't make it to the finish. Resting bar. Nice try, Paul Woods. Operation claims another. Brady Parks up right now, followed by Matt Bradley, then Sam Folsom. Brady on the move on the Iron Maiden. Spoke with him briefly after his speed run. Peeled a toenail all the way back and was icing it in between. Luckily, no feet on this obstacle course right now. Hands only. Brady making his way through the bookshelves. Trying to make that Florida crew proud. A lot of strong athletes coming out of that state. Nice transition onto those bars. Staying nice and composed out there, looking for that next move. Comes the grabs on these cliffs. Swinging through, coming in hot. Brady looking relaxed out there. And into the canes we go. Wants to reposition that cane more towards the front just to make the transition a little easier. And he's got the wingspan, opting to skip. Opting to skip a few. Keeping it locked in when he can. And again, with the long reach. Oh, this Lachey is risky. Ooh, there it is. Just got to commit and go. Nice job, Brady. Grabbing a little extra chalk. Shaken out. And here we go. On to that cliffhanger journey. It's got to get through these ledges here. Finds that reverse throw. Toss across. No problem for Brady thus far. Bumping up to the top. Ooh, hold tight, gets the crossover. But not able to get further into the flat, thin ledges. Nice try, Brady. Up next is going to be Matt Bradley, followed by Sam Folsom, and then Kai Beckstron. We are now into our final 10 runners for the men's division. Down to our final 10. Have a chance for a brief intermission for some battery checks on the floor. Probably get going right away with the women's burnout next. Oh, gym audio. We lost the camera audio out on the floor. I think they're doing a quick battery change right now. Apologize. Matt Bradley up into the Iron Maiden. Starts working his way over for the descent. And into those bookshelves. Good control. Coming through. Staying nice and wide. Quickly through those floating cliffhangers. Transitioning on to the Lachey cliff drops. Nice job. Linking through here. Good control and transitions over onto the operation. And here we go with that first cane. Staying nice and high on the canes. Keeps that leverage in a good position. Oh my goodness. Good save there. You can see the higher they are, the more wedged in they get. Make sure they stay in place. But does make it a little more challenging for the removal. Bradley going all the way through one at a time and locking it in. Nice work. All right, getting there, y'all. Here we go. Matt Bradley chalking up just a little bit more. holding on, trying to rest that grip a little bit.
I'll keep giving you 15-second intervals.
Yeah. You know, Swan, 345 out of
A little bit more chalk here. Just freshen up.
15-second, and you're good. You're at 245.
Just wants to powder up the pants a little bit more. Because you don't have any more chalk spots after that. Well, use what you got. And 2 minutes remaining on the total time. 5 minutes total time limit. Here we go. Matt Bradley on to the cliffhanger. This man's known for some of his cliffhanger skills. So let's see this be put to the test. The end of a long day of competing. Matt Bradley bumping up to that top spot. That's what he's looking for here on the Burnout. Now it's time on to the flat ledges. Working his way pretty far before transitioning. Moving quick now. Ledges start to get thin. Transitioning through. Hold tight, a little far out, and no, grabs on to his own hand. Was just a little far apart before the transition. Nice try, Matt Bradley. Got pretty deep into it, a little further than most.
Good effort. Definitely a good effort. Puts him in 16th place as of right now on the day. 5th place in the Burnout.
Dang, yeah, that bumps him up, but not quite enough to be in the top 10. Here we go, next man up, Sam Folsom. Followed by Kai Beckstron and then Noah Munir. Sam, so far right now, sitting in 9th. From where he was before. Let's see. See what happens after this run. Quickly through the Iron Maiden, dropping on down for the bookshelves. Nice transitions over. He's going to swing on over for these floating cliffs. Swing on through. Nice grab, nice link all the way out of there. Sam not wasting any time. 42 seconds to the operation. Trying to wedge those pipes into place. Pop it over a little at a time. I like what he's doing here. He's working that handle over.
I think he's gonna go for the bar here. Yep.
Nice job. Very fast through the operation. Grace just magically appears just in time for the chalk. Sam making sure everything's good to go here.
He can rest a decent amount here. Time limit is 5 minutes. He's at 140.
Yep, hands only on the bar, not allowed to go anything past the wrist to hang. We've seen in previous competitions where elbow locks or just leg locks around upside down on the bars for a full relief of the hands. Not so much in the finals. Really want to test these athletes' endurance. You can see him trying to shake out, making sure those fingers are going to cooperate with him. Every time I've ever touched a cliffhanger in competition on stage 3, my forearms are just completely shot by about halfway through, and these guys have done more before getting to that point, so I can't imagine how bad their forearms are burning right now. But if anybody's able to do this, Sam's one of them. Taking his time. Might need to get Sam a fresh bucket of chalk. Keeps on chalking.
That's the thing. He just said into the camera or to somebody on the sidelines, "I'm going for the clear." And
Nice,
I
so
think it's smart.
yeah.
Give yourself as much rest, as much time. Hopefully, he's got his hand on that bar. Hopefully, he's able to regenerate some strength here.
Yeah, so 5-minute time limit is where we're at. Active rest point. Still draining, but not as much. Some athletes train like this, testing that endurance, making sure that they can recover in a fast manner. So being able to switch like that should calm his heart rate down, especially so that blood can get enough oxygen to those muscles.
Minute and 30 seconds to go. We'll see if he decides to go here. He might want to give himself, a minute to finish this?
He wants to have a little breathing room to go. I mean, I know he's going to go quick once he does jump on that cliffhanger, but doesn't want to get into a position where he wants to shake out, but he can't because he doesn't have enough time.
Here it goes.
Got that call out for the time, and here we go. Mr. Folsom on the move, moving quickly. Knows he has to get through with less than a minute to go. Grabs on that cliffhanger right away. Good transition over and up to that next one. Goes for a 180 turn and begins
Not gonna waste any time here.
Going for a reverse method, an approach we haven't seen yet. This is actually going to test the bicep strength a little bit more. So going with that reverse grip method, but too much on the ledge. Just couldn't quite. You lose visual accuracy when you start going backwards like that. So maybe he thought he had a little bit more than he did. Sam, tough break. I liked what he was going for. That was really putting more pressure on the biceps and a little bit different on the grip as well.
Let's take a look at what that did for Sam. 6 on the Burnout right now, currently sitting in first place. I would think that his position tomorrow is secure.
Nicely done. Well, up right now is going to be Kai Beckstron. Kai starting off on the Iron Maiden. Moving his way up. Finding those transitions. Bumping over, going for that forward-facing tech. And grabbing those books. We're transitioning through that floating cliffhanger series of obstacles. Good swing through, nice catch and transition. Kai just cruising through, shaking out as he goes. Goes right away, links through when he can. Linking's going to be the most efficient and energy conserving way of going about it. Just a little higher risk sometimes, but that's the payoff. Save some strength for later. Looking strong so far on the operation. Good accuracy and nice reach through to save him some strength there on the transition across.
Well, we'll see if he takes the Sam Folsom approach. We'll see how long he decides to rest here.
Yeah, it's a tough balance. If you wait too long, you might actually be draining your grip strength more than you realize. It's tough to say. Every athlete's going to have their strengths and weaknesses. Some like to go fast, and here we go, Kai on the move right away. Not wasting any more time on that active rest. Going with that reverse motion here for that throw. And transitioning up. Let's get ready for that thin ledge approach. Here we go. He's eyeing that move. Gets to pull up to it. And immediately your forearms just start barking at you. Hold on tight, going for the reverse grip as well. It's going to make the transitions around a little trickier, but might save that fingertip strength some. Here's the place where Sam got to, and the crossover again.
I think that gap strat is just a little bit too big to be behind, backwards like that.
Well, you lose the reach, the full reach and extension of that shoulder with your hands facing you. You don't have a full rotation of that shoulder to get a maximum amount of range. So perhaps they would have to face forwards just for the turn and then switch back to the reverse grip. But man, yeah, tough moves all around. All right, coming up next is going to be Noah Munier, followed by Tyler Smith, and then Caleb Bergstrom. And here we go. Noah on the move, starting off with the Iron Maiden. Take those sleeves with him. Match and move. Coming on down. Quick little bump over. Starts with that side-to-side swing tech. Keeping those hips nice and controlled. Starts swinging his way through the floating cliffhangers. And just relaxing as much as possible. Get that swing built up for these cliffhanger drops. Hold on tight. Links it through all the way for heading over for the operation. Here we go with the canes. Wants to make sure they stay in that locked position. Working his way through, getting close for the dismount here. We've seen Noah perform well, nicely done through that operation.
Minute and 30 on the clock.
Shaking out a little bit at a time before getting ready for that cliffhanger journey. And here we go. Gets these ledges in hand. Starts the transition through. Takes a peek. Oh, we're going for that 180 Sasuke style throw. Nicely done. And big pull up that next ledge. And let's see what his approach is going to be. Right away, Noah going with that forward facing hand, keeping that rhythm going. And things start to get thin. Thin and painful, but he's moving good here. Furthest for a competitor since Nazca's gone. Still trying to get a little further. He's got to get more. Oh my gosh, almost. Not as far as Naxa, but man, still really strong run to that point. Noah, impressive stuff. As you get on those thinner ledges, man, those forearms just burn more and more. And you want to go quick, but it's tough to go fast on those tiny ledges.
Nice job.
Up now, Tyler Smith. Sitting in 12th place right now. Just needs a few points to bump himself into the top 10.
Here we go. Tyler's had some strong performances all throughout the season. Let's see how he does on this burnout. On the bookshelves now, Tyler. Good control. Staying relaxed. A little bit of a big swing into the cliffhangers, but should be fine as he skips through and back onto these static bars. And here we go for the Lachey. Starting to see a couple people link these through. Good job, and that's exactly what he does. Trying to save that energy when he can. Now on to the operation.
Here, look at, he's skipping one of the holds here.
Nice moves. Got to stay in control here, though. A little.
Could be a big swing out here.
Oh, control that momentum. Don't get too comfortable on those things.
Skipping again. This is.
He's putting a lot of trust in those canes. Oh
wow.
My gosh, they just drop in sync. Nice job, Tyler. Really trusting that those canes will stay in place, getting through quickly. And now he begins his cliffhanger journey really quick. And starts to move around for that toss across. Climbing up, getting that touch point. And now these ledges start to get thin. Hold on tight for these transitions around. As he goes, they start to thin out. Tyler's, those fingers are starting to open up a little bit, but
those
still.
1-inch ledges.
Good.
Look. Oh.
Nice try, Tyler. Well, we're starting to see competitors get further and further on the cliffhanger journey. But man, it's a tough one.
He's going to be in second place at the moment.
Next athlete up and ready to go. Going to be Caleb Bergstrom. Baby Bergie. Moving on through that Iron Maiden Devil Step combo. Knows he wants to go quick here to save strength. Just doesn't want to go too fast and make a mistake. Caleb, great tech, great control here. Notice the twists and turns that he makes when he's swinging through. Just a very efficient style of getting through obstacles. Nice lead in with one and very beeline type of Lachey and still able to link it through. Just taking out a lot of that extra drop on those swinging cliffs. And here we go. This has been the main culprit, sapping a lot of that energy from these competitors. Nice control, locks it in.
Skipping some of the holds.
And that distance.
Oh
my gosh, dude.
It makes me nervous every time.
Man, Caleb giving me the heart attacks out here. Yeah, anytime I see somebody go for that dismount, one or two away from the finish slot, I just keep having flashbacks from stage 3 in Vegas. That daggum Northern Passage. But here we go. Caleb already a minute 30 and attacking this cliffhanger journey. He is wasting no time. Good catch. Bumps up to the next. Chalks up one last time. This is his last meaty hold here.
This is going to be it right here.
Caleb Bergstrom putting on good runs so far today. Hold on tight for these transitions. Gets that crossover. And
Come on.
begins his journey on the thinner ledges. Crossover, hold tight. Readjust.
This thing.
Oh, Bergstrom. Oh my gosh, but he flew to that point. So definitely faster than some of the other competitors, I believe, to that point. We'll see how it stacks up at the end.
You can always tell when you're looking at the hand strat and you see the pinky just pop, pop.
Pinky says
One
bye-bye.
by one.
Yeah.
But that's going to put him in third in the burnout. Sitting in first right now.
Solid. That's going to lock him in for tomorrow for sure. So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth. 5 more competitors to go.
So Caleb Bergstrom locked in. He will be competing tomorrow. He is in our top 10.
And here we go.
I guess that's who I gotta go with.
Max Feinberg keeping that tradition alive of switching into that Swanson Daredevil shirt for the Burnout. He's done it at every competition, making his way up that Iron Maiden no problem and back down those steps for the bookshelves. Nice transition off of that ring to get on those floating cliffs. Swinging through, a nice little pop over to the bar. And back to relaxing. Swinging in. Quick chalk. And let's see, this Lachey Tech coming on down. Wants to make sure he can stick these transitions. And starts that monkey bar method over for the Canes. Locks in that first cane. At this point, you got to wonder, some of these athletes, you definitely know they want to get a full clear, but they also know where they need to get to and by when. Try to get a little higher up that leaderboard. Max working his way through with controlled fashion on these operation canes. Careful on that one cane there. Big stretch out and nice work coming on down. A little more of a controlled descent there.
Don't worry about it, man. Let's get there. I'm gonna be here for a minute.
Saying something to the audience there. Couldn't quite make out what he was saying.
Mean people.
Old Max just relaxing out there, smiling, having a good time. Trying to get a little rest. I think he's going for a full clear here.
You are at 220 right now. Can you tell me when I'm at 250? Yes. Can't tell which one. I'm sorry. 240. So you got 10 more seconds.
Trying to shake out a little bit. Just make sure that grip's going to be there. And here we go. Mr. Feinberg decided he's got enough rest. And now going through this meaty cliffhanger before getting to the thin parts. Nice move across, and now it's going up. Take that time to chill for a little bit longer. And here we go. Also going with the reverse technique. Be mindful of the change. Oh, there it is. You get that 180 turn. You spend some time on that one hand, so you got to be careful. How much more of the reverse is he going to take? Does he go for the reverse again? So far, so good. Maxing, moving quickly. Transitioning to a reverse grip again. He's going to have to go for that reverse grab and rotate through. Does he rotate? Not able to get there. Gave it his best try. Arms are spent. Noodle arms. And hug from the mom. Love to see it. Great job from Max Feinberg. See the crowd all hanging out, chilling, and waiting on the next couple of athletes. Down to our final four. Up now is Josiah Papel. Here we go, up the Iron Maiden. Josiah working his way through. Coming down and around for the bookshelves. Pinching tight. Nice work. Going with that 180 twist around. Staying nice and relaxed. Feeling in control here. Opting to go off of the cliffhanger. Gets that first catch. Builds up that swing. One more time. And back onto these static bars. Mr. Papel heading over for that operation.
Huge crossover
Yeah,
there.
got the wingspan for it.
Yeah, he's making big moves here.
Careful here. Good transitions. Seems to be everybody skipping that last higher pipe slot just to make sure they can get around. So that rest point right away. Josiah just going for it here. Into the cliffs.
Well, I know him and Joe Meisner, they train these long gauntlet-style burnout courses.
Yeah, notice he's going with more of a long arm approach here. Gets that transfer across. And up we go. And right away, not wasting any time to that flat portion. Got some tough moves here to make. Get those crossovers.
Oh,
A
his
little
fingers.
outstretched here, and fingertips
Oh.
fighting for it. Not quite able to get there. Josiah, nice try. Three more athletes. Up next is going to be Jay Lewis.
That puts him in 4th overall, so I think that guarantees him to day 2.
Good stuff. Josiah, impressive run there. Able to get back into that top 10 spot. Going to be moving on tomorrow.
Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Will Jay be the first clear on the burnout? If you follow him on Instagram, you've seen him post videos of very long cliffhanger lines, and so this could be right up his alley.
Time to put all that practice to the test here for sure. Good swing tech here on that bookshelf. Heading on over for those floating cliffhangers. Nice moves through. Gets that swing going right away. Dropping down, but wants one more swing before going for that next cliffhanger. Just a save on potentially missing. And now into that operation. Gets that touch point. Just bumps over a little bit with just one hand, all casual like.
Come on, Jay. Don't waste that energy.
And wants to get over there and through that operation. Preparation, don't get burned out. Fighting his way through. I got a little pop from the cane as he removed it, but that's all right. Find the accuracy and looking for that dismount. One-handed commitment, nice job. He's got a good pinch. Utilizing those sides only.
You're at 2 minutes.
Shaking out here, trying to get that energy back as best as possible. And begins his journey now across these cliffhanger ledges. Tossing across. And now onto the thin ledges. Here we go. Jay moving pretty well here. Hands looking strong, not opening up. Gets these transitions now that start to get really thin. Fighting through now. We're down to the thinnest ledge. I believe this is the last series.
No, he was so close.
Gosh, so close. Just a 3. I think he only had 3 more panels to go. Nice try, Jay.
He was so close. That puts him in 3rd place on the Burnout. Is anybody going to be able to beat this Burnout course?
Well, we only got 2 competitors left, so it's going to be either Phil or Kayden.
Well, Phil needs a huge performance. He was in 17th place after the hybrid, not out of the question to be able to move on, but he's going to need a huge performance here on the Burnout, potentially a 1st place performance.
Yeah, Jay's got some work to do. Or not Jay, but Phil. Phil's got some work to do. Jay's already locked in for tomorrow.
17th in the hybrid, 12th on the speed. I mean, it might take a 1st place here on the Burnout to advance to the finals.
Doing a quick chalk wipe down of the course.
Now's a good time to shout out all the Motive staff for helping out today, helping out last night. Want to give a special shout out to Kaya Alexander. He was out here all day testing with us yesterday. Michael Johnson and some of his friends showed up to test. We appreciate everyone who's helped us put this event on.
And here we go. Phil Folsom on the move. Making his way now into this bookends. We want to see a strong run from this young man. He's had some strong performances all season long. He's got to put together probably the best run of his season right here in order to move on for that top 10 tomorrow. Moving quickly. Into the Lachey's we go.
Goes for the links. Moving with efficiency
in,
here.
Yep. Great control. And here we go with the moves through the operation. Making some accurate cane placements. Watch that truss though. Makes it a little more difficult to get that cane in position. Now we've got the last upper bit. Locks it in and transitions over. Let's see what he decides to do here. Feet on the pillar for an active rest. I'll shake out briefly.
Yeah, he's going to take the rest here.
Come on, Phil. Let's see what we got left in the tank.
Can Phil be the first to beat this burnout course? Put him into a top 2 spot and hopefully send him to the next round. It's all going to shake out here in the next 2 minutes or so.
Trying to get as much rest as he can.
Yeah, I mean, his brother Sam rested here until about the 4-minute mark. I wonder if those two discussed their strategies here, what they wanted to do. He's going to try to recover as much as he can right now.
Yeah, just really trying to shake it out.
How much can you regenerate in this moment, hanging on a bar, switching hands?
I mean, this is an ultimate test for those stage 3 style courses. You know, even with a landing platform, even if they just standing fully rested, it's a tough thing to develop, being able to regenerate that energy and not being pumped out and flash pumped immediately after grabbing that next obstacle. Tough skill to build, especially since it's so painful.
2 minutes left. We'll see if he decides to go here. Looks like it.
That's it. Here we go. Come on, Phil. Let's see what we got through this cliffhanger journey.
We'll see how efficient he can be. Strat, I'm nervous.
Come on, young blood. Let's get through this. Climbing his way up now to the top.
Gotta see somebody beat this burnout course.
Tapping out those pants one more time to get a little bit more chalk. Knows there's no other opportunities really to get on there. Here we go on the thin ledges. Make quick work on the turn. Trying to keep that swing in line. Don't want that swing to be too big.
And here we go. He looks strong here, Strat.
Oh, making quick moves here.
He looks good here, Strat.
Come on, get up and over. Hold tight. It starts to get thin. You got 2 more to go. Crossover and pops off of that final ledge there, but he moved quick. And deep into that cliffhanger series. Getting to about the same place as Naxa.
Well, that puts Phil Folsom at 10th overall with Kayden Lebsack still to go.
Man, that's a tough spot to be in. And is on the bubble.
Yeah, this is
On the bubble, 10th place.
these last four, and then I think it starts inch and a half, goes inch and a quarter.
Hey, Phil, you want to join me?
Almost got the clear. Still got very deep into that cliffhanger, bumping him up to 2nd place. And depending on the performance from Mr. Lebsack, we'll see if that bumps him out. We'll take a word from the floor here. Give him a chat, see how he's feeling.
And let's go down to the floor with Phil Folsom.
Phil, I know you've been waiting to run this course probably all day, and you saw Naxa get so close. You also got so close. You rested a ton. Talk to me about your strategy.
Well, so I knew I lagged behind on the other courses. I knew I had to win to have a chance tomorrow, so I took my full rest. I was just going to see how far I'd get, hopefully clear, and that was my game plan going into it.
Yeah, I mean, you got extremely close. That's the 2nd fastest to that point so far in the burnout. Right now, you are sitting in 10th place with one runner left, Kayden, who could knock you out. Talk to me.
Well, I think it's probably the end for this time, but that's okay. But Kayden's got it. I think Kayden is clear.
Well, whatever happens, you've had an unbelievable season and amazing run on the burnout course, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just love his attitude, Strat. You know, sitting there saying, you know, encouraging Kayden. He knows Kayden's probably going to clear. You know, still a smile on his face. Obviously, he would have liked to be in for tomorrow, but I love his outlook, and he's been such an awesome competitor for us. And if we don't see him tomorrow, it does not speak to him as an athlete.
For sure. Here we go now. Final athlete is going to be Kayden Lebsack on the Burnout course, making his way up and around that Iron Maiden Devil Step combo before heading onto those bookshelves. Kayden, one of the only athletes to get through stage 3 in season 13. So no stranger to long, pumpy courses. Was able to clear their bucket of chalk competition course after running the competition all day as a judge. So he's used to working all day long and still maintaining that energy. Shook his head a little bit there. Maybe didn't have a good swing as much as he wanted to. One-handed swing through there, though, staying nice and relaxed regardless. And the operation here was one that he specifically designed back a couple seasons ago at the first Bucket of Chalk competition, where it was utilized as one of the final obstacles on their stage 3. So here it is.
Yeah, he's certainly no stranger to this obstacle.
Here we go, making his move up and into that rest point. We'll get a little bit of chalk there. A dab will do you. That's all he needs. We'll see how he does. Hoping to see that first clear. Kayden going with that one-arm lead-in approach. Gives you a little more accuracy on the throw. And transitions over for the toss across. Nice catch transition. And now it's time for the thin ledges. Here we go. Making his way through. Just good accuracy. Got to watch these ledges as he starts to transition through.
Oh,
Watch those
fingers slipping
corners.
a little bit.
Oh no, we did not get the hand in the right position for the move. That's going to do it for Kayden. No clears on the Burnout. That is not an unfamiliar thing to say. These Burnout courses throughout the entire season have been extremely challenging. And let's see where that's going to put him.
We're going to wait for the score to come through.
We'll have the leaderboard updated in just a second here, so we'll have a look at see which 10 men will be moving on.
Well, that is going to do it for the men's Burnout and for the men's semifinals. Here's a quick look at the leaderboard. Caleb Bergstrom sitting in first place right now, 81 points. Kayden Lebsack in second, and Jay Lewis in third place right now. Unfortunately, you look at 11th place, Phil Folsom just getting bumped out after a strong performance on the Burnout. If he was just able to finish it, we bumped into the next day, but still with a great outlook. Max Feinberg sneaking in. Kai Beckstron is moving on to day 2. And here's a look at your top 10 who are moving on.